Okay, we already learned how to multiply with 0 and 1. We learned how our multiplication facts of 2, multiplication facts of 10, 5, 9, next is 11. Now, before I go on to this one, I just need to correct something real quick. As I was reviewing the video for the 9s, I actually left one of them out. This one. I left this one out. I'm so sorry. So 1 plus what equals 9? 8. Okay? Right here, this is what you need to memorize in order to be successful with your 9 times tables. Okay? Now, having said that, now let's move on to our 11s. Okay? Now, with the 11s, okay, here is the whole thing behind the 11s. When multiplying with 11s, okay, this one you should already know. Okay, it's times 10, so it's the other number with a 0. Okay, now these two are the ones that you're going to have to memorize. You have 2 of them to memorize on the 11 times tables. Okay, that's why I put the 9 first and then the 11s, because the 9s you only had to memorize 1, which was 9 times 12. With the 11s you have to memorize 2 of them. Okay, so 11 times 11, that's going to be 121, and 11 times 12, that's going to be 132. Yes, I know the other trick with the 11s where you split, and then you do that. We're not going to do that. Okay, so on this one, we are going to be just memorizing the 11s. And here is the little trick to it. The product is the other number doubled. Okay, so here's what I mean by that. First of all, before I even get started, I'm just going to circle the 3. Let me see. Remember those 3 that I told you that I left out on purpose? I'm circling them. Okay. Those I'll do at the very end. So, when I say that the product is the other number doubled, here's what I mean by that. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 9, 99. Okay, now remember, these are the ones you have to either memorize or it's the 10. So 11 times 12, you memorized it. It's going to be 132. 11 times 10, it's the other number with a 0. 11 times 11, memorize it. 121. 11 times 10, 11 with a 0. 11 times 10, 11 with a 0. 11 times 12, memorize it. 132. 11 times 11, memorize it. 121. So, like I said, it's the other number doubled. That's going to be the product. These 3, I don't include it with this right here. Okay? When you're multiplying with a 10, the other number with a 0 at the end, these 2 you have to memorize. You have to. Okay? That's why I put this one after the 9. The 9 you only had to memorize 1. 9 times 12. The 11s you have to memorize 2. Okay? So, having said that, now let's do our little cards. We're going to put the 11. Remember, the 11 is going to be the jack. Where are you? Okay, here we go. So we're going to be doing the 11 times tables. On this, shuffle, break. So once again, try to come up with the product before I say it. Okay, remember, all of these are doubled. There's only 3 of them that you really have to be on the lookout. 11 times 10, that's 110, because it's 11 with the 0 at the end. And then the 2 that you memorized, 11 times 11, 121, and 11 times 12, 132. Once again, I know I keep flipping it back and forth. On this, I had my kids at the house write this down 12 times and this 12 times. And if that didn't work, they had to write it another 12 times. It's gonna get in there somehow in their brains, okay? So let's do this. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 10, 110. Remember, 11 with a 0. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 1, it's the other number, 11. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 11, 121. Memorize it. 11 times 1, it's the other number, 11. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 1, it's the other number, 11. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 11 times 1, it's the other number, 11. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 11, 121. Memorize it. 11 times 10, 110. 11 with a 0. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 11, 121. Memorize it. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 10, 110. 11 with a 0. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 11 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 100 times 12, 132. Memorize it. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 10, 110. 11 with a 0. 11 times 4, 44. So, that right there was our 11 times tables. Hopefully, you were able to memorize them. So, the 11s are out. Now we just have the 6s and 3s and so on, okay? Hopefully this has helped you out on memorizing them. Bye bye.